It is the Topical DJs podcast. I'm DJ Iron Mike,
I'm DJ Big J.
and it's episode 6.
Oh, we doubled our goal.
Yeah, man.
We
Yeah,
doubled
when
our
we
goal.
when we first started, talking about doing this, I was concerned that we weren't going to be able to be consistent, and we have far surpassed that. And I like it. I like it.
Nah, same, bro, same. It's me being on multiple podcasts before, this is the simplest, easiest, transition to recording ever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man, but I like it. We have our days and we get it done. We get it done. We get it done.
And not that it just matters to anybody, but today we're recording at night. Usually we record around like 10 in the morning, and tonight
Yeah.
recording at 10 at night because Big J had to get his teeth fixed.
Yeah, man. Dentist appointment, baby. I like my dentist. Shout out to him, Imagine
You do?
Dental in Lawrence.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
bro. They're super cool. That's in
Nice.
Mercer County for anyone
That's
listening. New Jersey.
that's what's up. So yeah, the hot button topic in the industry right now
Uh-oh.
is the dreaded wedding do not playlist.
Uh
And and I know Big J has his blinders on at all times. It doesn't like the tea. He doesn't care to delve into the DJ community because they annoy him consistently.
I gotta get better with that. And it's I guess it's the cheesiness of it. Um Not cheesiness of it. I don't know. It just seems cheesy. Like, or you just get the people who's super opinionated, or it's just like their ego. It's like it's a pissing contest sometimes.
There's a lot of white noise sometimes, pun intended. Uh,
All pun intended.
nah, uh, yeah.
So what
So
what
so
is the hot topic, Mike? What are we talking about in the DJ streets?
so basically, DJ Nick Spinelli put out a video about his feelings on the Do Not playlist. DJ Barr combated that video with his feelings on the Do Not playlist. Then Drew and Fusamania got involved, and they had made a whole podcast about it. And then there's other DJs and other uh, influencers that are also making their own shows. Hi Kevin is supposedly coming out with an episode. I'd like to check that out. Uh, but yeah, so it's crazy, man. Everybody's talking about the do not playlist. So I figured that we should also add our 2 cents because, if people are searching, the do not playlist, and brides and grooms are checking this out, and they want to know about it, why
Yeah.
not have our stamp on this the way we see it? We're not necessarily going to talk about what they talked about. If you want to see or hear about what they talked about, go check that out at some point.
Right.
But uh, I'll ask you first. So at TSG, do they have a do not playlist? Do they have a must playlist? Like, what's the format as far as when you submit materials to your wedding couple?
We pretty much use the same layout as all companies. You have your client portal. Shout out to the client portal.
Portal.
Um, like that thing, going from booking on my own to working with TSG, ambient bass, um, having that portal. Like, so it's just like it's amazing, and especially for the music list. Of course, the structure of how they want things to go, but the music list, when it comes to must plays, play if possible, uh, play as possible, and then the dreaded, like you said, the do not playlist, which I like, but I haven't had much experience with extreme do not play.
Oh,
Do not.
ooh, I have.
I know we talk about it a lot. Um, it's just I have like trying to get people to fill that out is the hardest thing for me.
That's your struggle. Like
That's the struggle. Like
they're
don't
just
just
so
pay
chill.
attention to the must play, but let me know what you don't want to hear. Um, like where people will verbally tell me, like one of my top three weddings was a '90s theme wedding.
Ooh, okay.
Shout out to Khalik and his wife, and it was no slow music
Ah,
from
even
start.
during dinner, cocktail.
Their word specifically was, I don't want to hear slow music. I don't want people sitting down singing. He was like, there was like, we want them to dance while eating.
Okay.
So, but
I
yeah, I
mean,
haven't had,
how long ago was that?
ooh, I want to say 2015, 16.
Yeah, that makes sense because I feel like recently, in the last 5 years or so, like the world has embraced slow songs again
Yes.
in a party atmosphere, which is
Yes.
cool because I like to be able to switch things up and it gives you different opportunities to play different slow jams or different slow dances or just just songs to kind of break up the monotony.
Bro, that is a lifesaver to be honest with you, being able to go back to that. But what's your what's your take on the whole what's your take and your experience? I know you have stories for days, bro.
On the Do Not playlist?
Yeah.
So the Do Not playlist, yeah, so, yeah, we use DJ Event Planner for all our, events or and weddings at Ambient DJs, and I'm a fan of it overall. We do have a cap, which, that was in the debate whether you should have a cap on how many do not plays. And I've had some couples that have submitted their own side lists. They were they didn't use the platform. They just gave me like a
Oh
whole
my God.
I had a
Spreadsheet,
bride probably
Excel
about
spreadsheet.
yeah, probably about like 5 or 6 years ago. And I know this was the bride because we had a lot of communication about it. She probably submitted over a couple thousand songs. Yeah. And, the list was massive.
Wait. Are we talking combined
The
or
list
are we talking 1,000 do not plays?
do not 1,000 over 1,000 do not plays. There were specific songs, but then there were a lot of artists, like, it would say Bruno Mars' entire discography,
So you're
Beyonce's. So if like, think about Bruno Mars' entire discography right there, that's probably like, 150, about I'd say 120, 150 official songs, right?
right.
Beyonce's, whole discography, Ed Sheeran's whole discography, as on, and then, like, very specific, like, YMCA by the Village People and,
Sweet
like,
Caroline.
Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond, Macarena, Cha Cha Slide, like, everything you could, like, all the classics, all the
So
wedding
pretty much don't play
staples.
wedding staples.
Yeah, and here's something that I feel like a lot of DJs or, if you started DJing a little bit later, like maybe after the '90s or after the early to mid 2000s, weddings were so different back in the day because I worked with some different companies when I first came up. Like that was like my side hustle. Like I was so focused and wanting to do clubs or, college parties or whatever. That was like my main goal. And
Right.
radio, but, I knew I had to make some money, so I would work and I knew I could learn some things too, like, there was a lot of benefits, for,
Yes, that I've
being
actually learned from you. Oh
yeah,
my
thank you.
God. Whew. You were
I
my
try.
wedding. My, whew.
I'm like your wedding Yoda.
That's what I mean. Of course, I learned DJing from you, but you're who guided me during the weddings, like that wedding scene. So,
Right, right, right.
and I hate it. I hated
Wedding weddings, you must learn.
it. I hated the whole sound of how weddings used to sound back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, that's where I was going was almost every wedding that I would DJ with and this is with multiple companies, they were like the same thing every single week. You would have the same sets, or at least the DJs that I worked with did. I was kinda shadowing, and I would play, dinner music or, like, warm up, or, early stuff, like but they had the bulk of the set, and I hated it. I didn't wanna do it. I always tell couples this, and I could feel them, like, crawling out of their seat, and I'm like, "But wait, 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 I'm gonna turn the corner here, I'm gonna turn the corner here." But it was the customization of weddings, the ability to change and decide, "We don't want YMCA, we don't want Macarena, we don't want Mambo Number 5," and so on and so forth. We don't have to have these songs at every single party.
Damn,
You know,
Mambo number 5.
Mambo Number I don't hate that song as far as,
I
like,
love that song. That's my song. I just
cheesy
never
wedding
played that
stuff.
at a wedding.
S When that first dropped, I remember
Yep.
I wanna say Milk Bar. I don't think it had changed to Matrix yet. This is down in, Cherry Hill,
Ooh.
and I wasn't DJing there, I was just hanging out, and I heard it that's, like, spring, summer '99, like, early, and, like, it went off, and it wasn't even it wasn't like a it wasn't like a pop like, it wasn't on a radio, that strong yet. Like, it wasn't hitting weddings yet at this point.
Right.
It was like a club song, which is crazy when you
1,
think about it.
2.
3, 4, 5, uh, which is crazy. So, anyway, I'm going on a tangent here about Mambo Number 5. Um, yeah, I love the ability to allow couples taste and to for people to have what they want. The wedding I did last week is not the one I'm doing this week, and it's not gonna be the one I do next week, right?
Right.
So, now there's so many opportunities to play, music that you love because hopefully people are gonna book you and this is always my goal, and I wanna just get better and better at it, is I wanna create a world where more more people are booking me for me,
Yeah.
not just because I'm a DJ, not just because I work for a company and they're like, "Oh, you do okay, go ahead, go do this wedding." That's
Mike,
gonna exist. What's up?
you don't think people book DJ Iron Mike for DJ Iron Mike?
They do, and then
Okay.
there's some that don't. Um, you know,
Gotcha.
I I'd say there's probably more that do, or I get introduced to somebody and, we have a good meeting, so maybe they hadn't heard me, but they liked me in the meeting or they like
Personality wise.
yeah, they like,
Yeah.
you know,
Gotcha.
they like me
Oh,
for me.
so it's like, how do you how do you navigate that? How did you navigate that? Not even how do. How did you navigate being told? Now, of course, is we're DJs. We
Mhm.
adapt to all, like, crate diving or, deep diving into like finding out, their type of music and what they like and understanding it. But like, how do you? Because like some songs is like muscle memory for the most part.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's tough, yeah, you get ready to mix into something, and then you gotta look at those 1,000 songs in alphabetical order. I made a separate crate of the do not plays, and I would search a song just in case. I'm like, "Is this in here?" I didn't dump all those discographies in there. I probably dumped, like, the main songs that I had by
I
those
was gonna say,
artists.
yeah, the staples. Yeah.
Yeah, and the good thing about that wedding was that a lot of their must plays were Latin. Like, there was a lot of salsa and merengue in there, and there's such a
Okay.
difference between those songs versus everything that was on that do not playlist. So, you know, I have more I definitely have a mentality in the way, that Nick Spinelli does for this, where he said, "You could take away anything, you could take away any artist, and it doesn't matter. Take away Bruno Mars, take away Taylor Swift, take away this one, that one. I'll s I'll still kill it regardless. You can take away every possible angle." Now,
Every DJ is going to say that.
of course, but no, I do feel that way for the most part. The only thing that I would say to the contrary to that philosophy is that that doesn't always make for the best wedding. It
No.
really, you know what I'm saying? It can be done, but are you going to get the best outcome? And I created a new version of our wedding planners, more specific towards what I feel should be on the planner, and I'm going to start distributing it to my. What were you laughing at?
Some of them songs, bro.
Well, not just the song suggestions, but the questions on there, and I think this question's important. Ask your couple how much does it matter to you? And I think I had a scale. I should bring this up honestly. Um, how much does it matter to you if your guest dance? And I had like 4 levels.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's an honest question. Or I think it was all of your guests dance or participate, right? How much does it matter? If it doesn't matter, if it really doesn't matter to you, and you have all these weird must plays and, songs that people don't know or like music that only connects with a certain
Ooh.
segment of your guests, you
That's
know,
hard.
that's a hard question.
Nah, like not hard, like
Hard,
difficult,
but
but
like,
that's
but you
that's a
like you
dope
like that
that's
I
a dope question.
okay, okay. I think it's an important question to ask. And you're also kind of, I don't want to say leading, you're coaching them a little bit because they don't, I would say most couples don't know what goes on and why we do what we do and why we play what we play sometimes.
That
Like they
is that is true.
they just look at everything on the surface and they go, "Oh, I hate that song," or "I just want this," or I just want to have an EDM set at the end of it. You know what I mean? You could also you could let them know, "Hey, there's a time." I like to use the phrase, "There is a time and a place for everything." So you could work in certain songs at this point. You could work, say if you have a bulk of songs that are going to hit with just you and your friends, save that towards the end. And I
Yep.
think a lot of DJs are doing that nowadays.
Yeah, when most of the people leave and people start to let loose, alcohol starts to flow a little bit more. Uh
The classic, with a lot of wedding DJs, and I think this goes for white and black weddings, is that DJs will front load a lot of the old school, whether it be if it's a black wedding, then you're gonna hear "Before I Let Go" while the sun is still out, right? You're gonna hear all those. Uh, at a white wedding, you're gonna hear "Run Around Sue" in the first hour. That was like the staple, every single one, right? Now it's "September" by Earth, Wind& Fire. That's like every white wedding jumps off of that now,
yep.
and because it works. I
Yep.
mean, that's the answer. That it really is the answer. Um, but I have offered this idea just because I've seen it at senior centers. Like working at senior centers, I picked up on the idea that old people don't just listen to their music. There's some recent ones they know about. They
Right.
know about they know about Uptown Funk, they know about Fireball by Pitbull, they know about like some Lady Gaga, they
The
know
newer
about
ones, but I forgot we're comparing. We're talking about the older generation.
I mean, that's new
To
that's
them,
new to
yeah.
them. Like
Yeah.
stuff that came out in the last 10 years is
Right,
is a
right.
is new to a 75 to 80-year-old person, you know?
Right, right.
You don't just have to play music from the 50s and the 60s in the beginning, you know what I mean? So you can intersperse songs from the 2010s that might work or might be known by senior citizens, you know?
True, true. True that, true that. So like as far as to just get back on it, because it's like because I know you've had experience where you had to like get the guests to understand that I'm gonna get the booking the couple to understand, like, put your guest in mind, because I'm sure that's what that means. Like, how important is it for your entire wedding to be on a dance floor? But then they give you a a laundry list of do not plays. It's just like that that I kind of need if you want everybody, not need, but it helps
Yeah, there's just different personalities out there. There's
for
you
the
know, the type.
experience. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, there's a type A, you know, they want what they want. And now like that I've had enough experience, I can spot it early and I can kind of like I don't want to totally try to change their opinion, but I give them the chance to go in a different direction and you know, maybe not, you know, totally kill off all these songs that maybe some of your guests will like. I offer a story from myself, you know. I mean, what's better than explaining, you know, some of the details of your own wedding to a couple? Like, that changed my whole perspective, honestly, was getting married and having that wedding and having that experience. I could talk from behind the DJ booth all day, you know, that's easy. But like
actually
until
experiencing and doing it yourself.
absolutely. Yeah.
Having to think of, songs and what songs you want, what songs you don't want, or but it's just like I always say, like it's damn near impossible to DJ for a DJ.
It can be, you know, it can be intimidating. Um, my boy DJ Demand, he prides himself on it. Like he loves doing it. He would rather if he had a friend that was getting married, like
Right,
he like always wants to be the DJ. He doesn't want to be a guest. I'm like, hey, whatever, you know, whatever you want to do. If you
right.
want to hire me as a DJ, it's cool. I'm honored. If you want to invite me as a guest, you want to put me in you know, the groomsmen, that's cool. Whatever people want to do. But yeah, everybody's different, and it's a fun challenge. But usually, you know, if you're DJing for a wedding for a DJ, you they're gonna have cool friends or like friends that are gonna party. Yeah, DJs typically don't
Yeah,
hang out with, you know what I'm saying? Like
because we
DJs
got
don't.
cool friends. We
Yeah,
cool.
that's right.
We
That's right.
cool. Um,
we have, but I'm saying we don't necessarily surround ourselves with boring people for the most part.
right, right. Well, at
So
least we don't.
so I will tell some stories, and one that's a frequent flyer of mine is we're, you know, talking about whether to have line dances or not. And I told Maureen, I said, nah, nah, no line dances. We don't need that. And she was like, well, you know, Granny likes the cha-cha slide. And I said, okay. I said, yeah, fair enough. I'm like, well, let's give Granny the
You
cha-cha
know
slide.
the battles that couples have because you did it yourselves. Yeah.
And this was easy. Like I wasn't gonna die on that hill, and I thought it was a good idea. And you know, we have some great pictures with like the most random like cast of characters from our wedding, like doing the cha-cha slide. I'm right up there next to Granny doing it. So I'm glad we did that. You know what I mean? It's
Nice.
on video. Um, yeah. So at the end of the day, like, who cares if we had a, you know, 4 minute cha-cha slide? It's, you know, it's when I think there are couples that get the idea that, like, once you do several line dances, you're gonna do, like, 14 of them. You know, you're gonna get
Right.
to, you know, the biker shuffle and the Mississippi slide, and
Oh my god, that's the bathroom break song.
how do
But
you get out of how do you I need to ask this,
I
this
don't
is a
even ask. I don't know. I don't know. I it depends on where I'm at. Like if I'm at like a cookout or a private event or a wedding, and
sled
they
ride.
ask for a biker, yeah, I let it ride. Not even. Yeah, I mean that's where you're only gonna play it. But what I was saying is, like, weddings or like something where, all right, I don't see biker gangs being here. I'll cut it
Yeah.
during or before they start shouting them out. But if I'm doing like an event where I know like bike clubs might come or stuff like that, we gonna let it ride. We
That's
just gonna
still a
let it
s
ride.
that's still a staple at black weddings, though, even if
Biker
there are
shuffle.
how are you gonna know if there's a biker gang at a wedding?
I mean, like if somebody's requesting it or if it's on a must playlist, I kind of assume like, All right,
I don't
this
think it
per
always means that there's a biker gang present.
bro, nobody's requesting biker shuffle, bro.
I
Like
get it. If
no
I get it at
normal
black weddings, I
line
get it at
dancer. Do you?
yeah, I get it
Wow.
at cookouts.
I haven't been requested to play that song in over 10 years.
10 years.
And
It
I'm
was
not I'm
crazy.
not willingly playing it neither. Cause like
I
I
don't
said,
think Tim
unless I
is
gotta use the bathroom.
even though he doesn't really DJ this much these days. DJ Spins. He told me once that he never got it. Like he never had to play the biker shuffle for anybody, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, that's nuts. But and then even the Mississippi slide. Like
Oh, I retired. Like when do you ever play that? I never get that anymore.
I can't even like me saying it like biker shuffle. I can hear it play. You could name the line dances. I can hear them in my head. But it hold up. Nope. Just hit me.
You
Right
got it
foot
now?
stump.
Right foot, left foot.
Left foot stump.
You
Never
do the
mind.
cha cha on your left, cha cha
never
on your
never
right,
mind. But no,
side to the left.
but I do see that I do see no line dances on a lot of do not plays.
Yes,
I've
yeah.
been
I mean,
getting that a lot.
they're the big target. You're getting them at black weddings.
Mhm.
Ooh, wow.
Or like on a portal they'll check X for, of course, the Macarena YMCA.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or
The game is changing.
I've been getting X's on Cha Cha Slide. They only want Cupid Shuffle. They only want the line dances that leans black
Oh yeah, of
or
course.
black. Cause
Yeah,
Cha a couple of them like, Jerusalem at like a white wedding I'm never doing unless it's requested.
that is never.
I
I
I
see what I see white people do it at the senior centers
yeah. Um
because they go to line dance class.
Wobble, I keep out of white weddings.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
No,
play
wobbles. I mean,
I'll play
hey, we
Cupid
gotta do a
Shuffle and
poll.
Cha Cha
We
Slide.
gotta do a poll on the line dances because
I'm
I
sorry.
think wobble's universal at this point.
Nah, that's still
We'll see.
leaning black to me.
It's
We'll
probably a
see.
lean black. It's not gonna be all the way black.
Right. It might be universal. Cause I mean, yeah, no.
There's
Cha
so
Cha
many
Slide.
white events. So many
Well,
white
Cha
events
Cha
that play the
Slide
wobble.
is definitely white.
You, you think so? Like
Yes.
the
I
the
yeah,
regular cha cha slide?
I don't even
I
play
think
that. I barely play
I think
that at Black Weddings.
that's wild. I think that is universal. I think that's an
But
all time. I mean, do you feel like black people just let go of that one and they're like, yeah, go
yes.
ahead.
I don't even think we ever claimed it.
That's insane. You're wrong.
Cupid Shuffle, Electric
I need
Slide,
I need
Step in
some
the Name
black
of Love.
DJs. I need some black DJs to chime in on this because the cha cha slide was definitely black for a long time. They used to
Hmm,
play the video on BET. They
I don't
didn't
want to
even
hear
play
that.
it.
Nah, I
They
want to hear
didn't
that.
even play that. They didn't even play it on MTV.
We're not taking the Cha Cha Slide. But also, depending on where you're at, like, so where we're, on the East Coast or I
Central
don't know,
Jersey.
Central Jersey, um, line dances are more popular down south.
Oh yeah. But you see it in like, the bigger cities like Philly, they have line dance communities, Delaware, it exists. It exists. But yeah, let me get back to what I was saying about like just kind of talking to your couples and explaining some things. So my big story about a pre-planned playlist. This happened, geez, probably like 15 years ago. I did this wedding in Princeton, and they timed out every single. Have I ever told you this? I'm just watching your face right now.
Oh, I never.
They timed out every single song from the beginning of the day to the end. It was like 5 o'clock this, 5:04 is this song, 5:08 is this, 5:13, on and on. And I didn't have the experience or just the wherewithal to say, "Hey, this is not a good idea," and I went with it. I was like, "All right." Yeah, I was like a little annoyed, but I'm like, "All right, it's their wedding,"
So hold on. So not not a timeline of music. A timeline of music though?
A timeline of music.
Not the timeline for the wedding, timeline for the music.
And I'm talking like cocktail hour to reception, dinner, and whatever, like all the formalities, everything was baked in, right? And Greg gave me this booking and, he's like, "Yeah, this is how they wanna do it." Okay. So I do it and I'm following the script and everything is working. Cocktail hour? Fine, no problem. That makes sense, right? You play a song, all the songs, they go to an hour, and you go to your formalities. That's all running on time. Everything's good. We get to dinner. There was no first dance set. We just went straight to dinner right after the formalities. We get to dinner and they overplanned like by a lot for slow songs during dinner. I think, they probably planned 45 minutes to an hour worth of slow dinner music when people probably took about 20 to 25 minutes to eat. S- But I got to follow the script. So here I am playing the script. The brother of the groom comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, what are you doing? What is this? Come on, man. We got to pick it up. Let's go." I said, "Well, look, I would love to. I would. However, I gotta play this song is 7:17, and then this one's gonna come on at 7:22, and he realizes, like, what I'm doing, like, what's going on, and he snatches the sheet from me, and he brings it across the room to the couple. I see him yeah, he's, like, going in. He takes the packet, rips it in half, throws it in the air, like a boss. He just, like, and then walks across the dance floor, comes back to me and he goes, "Just make him dance. You know what to do." I was like, "Alright, cool." So you know, I went right into disco or '80s, whatever it was, and we got him up. We got him up, and the rest of the night, you know, was great.
Yo, oh my god, I would pay money to have been there and seen that, bro.
I can never get that image out of my head. That story will stick with me for the rest of my life.
What did the couple do? Like,
They were, these were, like, super intelligent, college. I think they went to Princeton, Princeton grads, and, they were kinda passive, especially with this dude, with the guy's older brother yelling in his face, and I think they were just like and they saw how dead it was, like, I was playing do you know the song "One" by U2? I think Mary J. Blige covered this.
sing it because
I
I
I
don't.
I'm not singing that. I'm not a big U2 fan, especially that song. It's very boring and slow and long. That was the one that was playing, I'll never forget that, and so that story I think really and it's all true, like, every like, piece of that is 100% true. So I'm not just, like,
Telling the
telling me
story.
yeah, yeah, no, I'm not I'm not exaggerating either. All of that is
Yo,
actual factual.
bruh, nah, nope, sorry. Ooh, that would have freaked me out. Like played, 617 and then, you know,
Oh.
six. No,
I mean,
no.
it did and it didn't because, like, you're doing what they want, right? You're doing what they asked for. Everything's going according to plan until you hit dinner. But and this is why Spotify or Apple Music or AI is not going to take over what we do anytime soon. Maybe one day. And if they
Nope.
do, if the robots take over one day, we got a lot of other things to worry about.
It's still going to require people to do something. Like AI wouldn't have noticed, or they would have just literally did minute by minute of what
Oh, of
they
course.
asked, and then what do you do? Unplug the phone.
Yeah. What do you do?
You go
You-
find the maitre d and turn this off.
Yeah, well, I've heard arguments about AI, and in these forums where like people have this paranoia that, oh, like the camera's gonna be able to see how many frowns are in the room and they're gonna like it's gonna change the song every time there's not enough people smiling or there's not enough people dancing. And then it's like, well, what if there's an even amount of people dancing and an even amount of people frowning?
Right.
Like what is it got a short wire
Malfunction.
malfunction?
Yeah, like I just did a I just did a wedding in New York.
In the
I'm at
Bronx.
in the Bronx. We was in the Bronx, dope spot. DJ Spinfo.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
yeah,
nice.
DJ Spinfo. He
Hot
got a spot.
97.
Yeah, he got a spot in the Bronx, and this was one of those like no formalities type joint. Like, but like one thing that stuck out to me was uh play two-step remix, but start with the Jim Jones part.
South Bronx, South
So that,
Bronx.
I know that's what you was doing. Um, yeah, it was like play two-step remix at Jim Jones part, and then it was play swag surfing, and then play Grove Street.
Oh, so
So
he was like building the set.
so they were like play it wasn't like that it wasn't that like detailed like you were saying, but I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
remember those like play this at this part, like don't play no other part but play just Jim Jones part, and then plays saying like it was just like people they do that on these lists. Now I, I don't know
Yeah,
it's so
I'm seeing a lot of timestamps now.
yeah, but it was it was dope. It was dope vibe. Now my question is do not playlist, is it the same as stick to my playlist?
Uh, I mean, it's
Because I have a
yes,
story
yes, and
about
no.
that.
Okay, yeah, let's hear that.
So
I want to see what you mean here.
so we did a wedding. It was a Indian wedding. I think we was in Delaware. So it was running long, like cocktail hour. It seemed like cocktail hour was like 2-3 hours itself. And that's no exaggeration. And then everyone came in for dinner. It was like people were refusing to come in for dinner, if that makes
Well,
sense,
yeah, it's a
because
2 hour cocktail.
it was outside and then it was inside. So it seemed like they were having trouble getting. I'm talking not like 5, 15, 20 minutes. No, literally like an hour of trying to get them to come in. So
I've seen
then
it.
they've had a playlist. It was the instructions. The instructions were stick to our playlist, right? Um, but when you hear like when you went through the playlist, it wasn't a lot of like Indian music. It was like lo-fi hip hop,
The
lo-fi like instrumental, like stuff like
which is
that.
fine. It's fine for cocktail hour for dinner.
But that wasn't the cocktail hour. They had a cocktail hour playlist, but it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was pretty much the same. It was like play this during cocktail hour and then stick to this playlist during the reception. So we're doing this, and you can see like people, of course, coming in late from eating, confusion, and all of that. So like an hour into like dinner, like people are just like sitting around. So then like relatives will come up like, "Yo, can you play this? Can you play that? Like we want to dance. Can like can you get people on the dance floor?" Because the instructions wasn't stick to the playlist, we would try. We would play those songs. Um, the bride and or groom came to DJ booth. Please go back to our playlist.
I hate that feeling.
Like, all
Yeah.
right, so then we tested it again, around like the
Yeah.
last hour. This wedding seemed like it was forever.
Okay. Okay.
The last hour, we tried it again. And again, please go to our playlist and don't don't play anything else if it's not on our playlist. And I'm like, well, your family is coming up and asking to dance. We don't care. We don't care about dancing. I'm just like,
Stick to the playlist.
pretty much. So it's just
We're the
like,
ones paying you.
is that the same as a do not playlist? But
Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying. I had a wedding this past summer, and I think I told you about this, where they gave me probably about 20 to 25 must plays, and I don't think there were really too many play if time allows. And I had, I think, 2.5, 3 hours, and there really weren't any formalities left. So I'm spacing these songs out because I'm gonna run out of songs if I just stick to the list.
straight 25.
And I hadn't really gotten the vibe that they were against hearing anything else. They were, like, pretty seemed like okay, evenly keeled people, you know? And I'm playing the must plays, but then every now and then I'm working in some stuff that's similar to those must plays. It's not completely off the wall. I'm not going in a totally different direction. I'm not making these crazy left turns or playing something that they wouldn't want or what I think they wouldn't want. I'm staying within these lanes. I'm just kind of expanding on these must plays. And the groom comes over to me and he's like, "Hey, can you stick to our playlist?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I am. I just, I have to kind of, buffer some of these songs with some other songs." And he's like, "Oh yeah, just stick to the playlist." And then I like realized I'm like, "Well, look, I'm like, you only have 25 must plays. Like these I played already. If I just play your list, we're gonna fall short about an hour, hour and a half." And he was like, you see like it all connecting to him in that moment. And he's like, "Yeah, that's fine." And but like try to mainly stick to it or something. Yeah, I played, of course, by the end of the
that's
night.
that's fine, but mainly stick to it. Yeah, okay, I'll stick to 25 songs that I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
play in
by
10 minutes.
and by the end of the night, of course, I had tackled the entire list, no problem. But time is important. Guess
Did
that. Yeah,
did you have to replay? Have you had that?
yeah, no.
You
Oh,
haven't had that?
you mean at like other weddings? I'm sure it's probably nothing comes to mind in that
No, 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 no.
regard.
Like
Oh, at that wedding,
I did a graduation party and I got through the girls' playlist. So then
run it back.
when all of the friends finally came and more alcohol started flowing, it was, can you go through my playlist again? And I'm just like, all right. But like you requested these songs earlier. You requested me, hey, don't, because I did the same thing. I'm waiting for people to arrive. I'm waiting for the party to get started. So I'm, playing fillers in here, throwing, and she was like, no, play my playlist. And I was like, well, again, what if we run out? Play it again. So I've had that, like, just keep running it back. Keep running it back.
Yeah, and I'll go back to my wedding. How many songs do you think I put? Because Maureen was like, music is your thing. You could have that part. Like she had a couple, like a little bit of
You
influence.
can't ask me this, Mike.
Just
I
give
was
me a
in your
ballpark.
wedding.
I know, but give me a ballpark number. Do you know the number? How many
I,
must plays did I give D-Day Demand?
I want to say 10 to 15.
Ooh, you're right there. 10. I gave him 10. And the reason a lot of people thought I was gonna be like a playlist Nazi, like you were one of them. Yeah, did you play this whole thing out? I'm like, yeah, nah,
I
man. And the reason for that is I want to be surprised. Just like I don't ever get to be surprised. I don't get to be in that moment where you're like, "Ooh, what's gonna come next?" I don't want to be thinking about all these songs that I had like planned out and handed to the DJ demand and said, make sure you play all these songs. And then I'm starting to like, throughout the night going, "Oh, you didn't get to this. You didn't get to that one. You didn't play this yet." And I gotta go. You know what I mean? Like surprise. I wanted that fun of like the club of like the old parties that we used to go to where you had no idea what was coming next. You know what I mean?
Yes. I'm trying to think, do I remember what I gave Spins? Because he DJ'd my wedding.
What the Rose Garden.
Yeah, and I did ask you for permission.
What's that?
I did. I think I did call and ask you if you wanted to DJ it or if you just wanted to go.
Really? I
Hmm.
don't remember that.
You and
I w
Keys, bro. You
I
and
was a
Keys.
guest. I was a
Yeah,
guest.
and I asked you. I said that because you were the. If I was getting married, you was definitely the DJ. So I said, did you want to be a guest or did you want to DJ? And
That's
you
weird,
was,
huh?
and I was like, I
I
just
I
rather. I
don't
wanted you to be a guest. So I got spins.
eh,
But I know only thing I had him do was before we sat down after formalities to play the everybody take a shot, start with straight shots and then pop bottles. I remember I specifically remember him doing telling him to do that, but that's it.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, because probably for the same reason, right? You wanted to feel that spontaneity.
Yeah, I just told him I was like keep it this way, and then you have Spanish people, so let's throw throw that in there.
I did plan out dinner. I did give him the dinner songs, and I did build, our cocktail hour playlist. So, like, I did have control in those regards, but that was just, like to me, that was just kinda making the job easier for
I was
him.
just about to ask you that. Like,
Yeah.
did you take like weight off his shoulders by?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Like, don't even worry about cocktail hour. Like, this is what we just let this run.
I remember Joe at Hamilton Manor had that, like, at a minimum volume. I was like I come up, I go, "Yo, like, let's turn it up in here. We're trying to party." He's like, "Look at it, okay," and he, like, turned it up. I'm like, yeah, I think now it's like I think the culture has definitely changed with cocktail hour. Like, I
Yeah,
think the music is definitely more upbeat. It's not just, like,
slow.
low and slow.
Nah, yeah, it's a bop now. It's a bop. We done got the formalities out of the ceremony out of the way. We done got the slowness out of the way. So yeah,
But I feel the best way to deal with the dreaded do not playlist is talk to your couples and feel them out, see how convicted they are to this list. If they are, yeah, that was the thing that was coming up in a lot of these talks was like, "Oh, these people aren't your clients, you should just walk." It's like, yeah, well, what if they already signed the yeah. It's like, "What, they signed a contract already?" It's like, I just feel there are so many different ways that you can approach DJing a wedding, and you don't always have to it doesn't always have to be like, "I gotta play the hits," or, "I gotta play this the way I see fit," "You're booking me," I would like that, but we don't always have the luxury of that, you know
right.
what I'm saying?
The
We'd
ego has
always
to go.
Yeah, I think it is, if you could afford to only book, or if you've gotten yourself into a position where you're just booking clients that aren't gonna give you a do not playlist, or if they do, that you're cool with it, whatever, that's great,
My
but you're just gonna run into those people sometimes.
my issue is like people. My issue is for people who have a problem with the do not playlist. It's
Right.
like it's like why are you making your job harder? I feel like it makes it easier. Like, just don't play these songs. Okay, maybe you'll catch some songs on there that you really don't want to play, and you don't have to play it now. Now it's just like, all right, cool. I don't need to play these songs. All right, cool. Now, and I think it helps you as well. I think it helps with knowing which way to lean into. Now, if you have, a bunch of staples on the do not playlist, and then you got a bunch of, you know, stuff that you're not familiar with on a must playlist, and you just got to do your homework. But I don't know. I like the do not playlist. I think there should be a limit.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I don't know. I'm somewhere in between on that. Just whatever. I don't know. Just do it. Here's the thing. Like, I was just thinking about another wedding I did this past year. The couple had a lot of like recent hits and things like that. They did not have Pink Pony Club by Chaperone on their do not playlist, but a guest asked for it. It wasn't on the must playlist either, but it was such a big deal at like almost every white wedding. And somebody requests that, I'm like, yeah, all right, because I know it's gonna work.
Right.
I play it, the groom came, like, flying, like, 1,000 miles at me. He's like, "Yo, you gotta turn this off, man. I told you not to play this. I told you not." I was like, "What do you mean you told me?" I'm, like, looking at the list. I was like, "It's not on there." He's like, "What? Oh, we" he apologized later, but he got so worked up because the bride got worked up.
Oh, so she hated the song.
She hated the song, but they never told me.
Not to play that song.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
didn't
you can't
know.
be mad at me. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, he gave me full apology, but man, in that moment, he's like, "I specifically said," he's like, yo, he was like
and
in
this is the
another.
thing, and this is the thing, this is why I love the portal, because when you have the portal and they cuz Koki had a wedding that
Mhm.
he got over me. Um my management at the time was trying to get me to do it, but they went with his way. He played the wrong first dance song
Yikes.
because there was no portal and there was text message conversation. They forgot to text him that they changed the song. So, and this is, of course, the groom did what the groom was supposed to do. He stood up for his bride and was like, nah, we told you, we told you, we told you. And Koki had to show him his phone. It was like, here, this is the song. And they're just like, oh, my bad, but this is the song to play. You get what I'm saying? So, no, that portal saves a lot, especially if it's I told you not to play it. It's not on the do not play this. So
You
that's
got
why.
receipts.
But here's the thing. I think that portal, like I think like the do not playlist is more of I don't think that's a black thing. From my
Nah, not as
experience, from
yeah,
my
I mean,
experience, it's not a
I
black
think it's
thing.
starting to show up, but yeah, I agree, yeah, they don't really, they not like white people.
Nah, fam. Like
Definitely not that specific, and, like, I feel like they give you more must plays than you need, then you don't have to really worry about it. And that's the thing, that's another thing, if couples give you, I think, Drew said this, uh, if they give you, 100, 200 must plays, then you don't have to worry about a do not playlist. You just focus on, the good stuff that they're giving you, right?
makes your job easier.
Right.
Like yeah, so it's just like, but I don't. And then you can go off of the vibe of their. If somebody gave me which I've received, uh, 100, 200 must plays or a playlist, and it's just like, all right, these are the must plays. Yeah, that's easy. Like, thank you for doing my job. Now it's just your way of mixing in and making it go like making it flow. Take care of some of the younger crowd, the older crowd, get everybody on there. What songs are more raunchier that you want to save for later. Um,
Yeah, backload them.
yeah.
Me
Um,
and me and Spence had a wedding up in North Jersey, white folks, and they it was like, boonies, mountains almost. They had a very specific must playlist with a lot of, like, non-danceable songs, like, it was, like, the David Bowie songs I never heard of, like, Led Zeppelin's songs that you would never play at a wedding, just really just out there stuff, right? And we're playing it because they that's what they want. Dance floor is dead, and these 2 were smokers, so every now and then, they would leave and go outside. So right as soon as they would go outside, because we're getting requests from the guests, like, "Hey, can you pick it up?" Or like, I'm like, "No, we got 6 of those." They were very, uh, dedicated towards us playing this list. Regardless, they said, "Doesn't matter." They were like, "People don't dance, we don't care. We wanna hear these songs."
why you
Okay.
put it? That's why you put it on the thing.
So people were like coming up asking for Cotton Eye Joe, uh, Motown, disco, whatever. Um, so as soon as they left the room to go smoke, we go, me and Spence look at each other, we go, all right, go. We go into like a Motown set or like a Chi-Town slide or something, whatever they were asking, whatever we could get these people for 15 minutes. And they're like, bam, floor fills. Everybody's going nuts, having a great time. Couple come back in. They send a guy to tell us, hey, hey, buddy, stick to the list. You stick to the list, all right? I'm like,
Wedding
okay.
security.
Yep. Yeah, it was they had a guy. And, back to Led Zeppelin and then the floor part of like the Red Sea.
That's
And back again. And that was how it was the whole night.
like I want like but I think that's why it's important to ask those questions, man. I think that's why it's important to ask those questions. Like, do you care if people dance or not? Like, are we you know, I think you might need to add like how is it important how important is it to stick to the playlist versus going rogue pretty much. Like,
Yeah, I think we have a question like that too.
okay.
Um,
I gotta
and I
I
think there was another version of the question that I asked, but I expanded it, I'm expanding on the options. But yeah, any DJ out there watching us,
about to
talk to your couple.
about to
Just
make me check my portal now. Hold on.
oh, see what's on there. Yeah, just ask them questions. Ask them how important it is that the guests participate in a dance. If it doesn't matter, whatever. And here's some food for thought. Weddings are not sweet 16s. And what I mean by that
Yeah,
is
what do you
that
mean?
so when you have a sweet 16 and sweet 16s, they make their must playlists or like a request list or what have you.
And they all look alike.
And And they're all very similar, right? And the reason for that is because the guests are all 16. They're all 16. They're all listening to generally the same stuff. They're all into the same stuff. So that works. That concept is, foolproof almost for a Sweet 16. It's perfect. That does not translate to a wedding, especially with the fact that you're inviting guests that are traveling 2, 3 hours away. Some are coming from different countries. They're also putting money in the envelopes. Your Sweet 16, they're coming with nothing. They're coming empty handed. Maybe they give you the girl a gift or something or a gift card, $25 to Outback Steakhouse or something. But
Starbucks,
like
Dunkin'.
Starbucks gift card, you know what I'm saying? But they're not putting $300, $400, $1,000, some of these people in the envelope. So throw these songs, throw these old heads, throw the young heads, throw the people in between. Throw them a couple bones. You can have your songs. I don't want to say, hey, don't have what you want. You can definitely have what you want. You just got to put it.
Keep
There's
your guests in mind as well.
yeah, I say keep your gifts in mind. If you don't want to, you don't want to. That's fine. I'll I'll still do whatever you want. Whatever you want is cool. But if you truly want people to have a great time and a great party, loosen up a little bit on that do not playlist. I'm not against it. Not against the do not playlist. I agree with Big J here in that it is helpful. Why would you ever want to play a song that you hate? But, like, who hates that many songs? How do you hate thousands of songs? There are people that hate thousands of songs.
Bro, I think I would have been one of those. I don't even want to do this. That would have been the
You woulda walked?
longest. Yeah.
Which one? The
The
the planned
oh,
out wedding?
yeah, the that one and 1,000 do not plays.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
walked. I would have just been a long. It would just have been a long. I would have been annoyed. I would have been annoyed off rip, like dreading that date. Like I would have been dying to get to a party where it was just like, all right, I got that off because I overanalyze everything. So
Of course.
having that on my jacket, I would have been just like, no, 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 no.
It it is their day, and I totally understand. I want them to have exactly what they want. Um, but sometimes the idea of what they want conflicts with what could happen. There are these ideas and these visuals in their head. I've seen some songs that were like listed as the grand finale song, and I'm like, this ain't gonna work, you know.
Like what?
And
Oh, you don't know the title?
I couldn't even tell you, like, and it didn't. It was just, they had it in their heads that like everybody's gonna get in a circle to this song, and
They're
then
gonna
yeah, people could
kumbaya.
go nuts because they think that that song's cool, but then nobody else knows it. But then there are times where I do see some stuff that I'm not familiar with. Where like, I did one in Asbury Park where they had like local bands, that these local, and I kind of had a feeling that these it was going to work because they were all like friends with all these people. But that was like, they were nuts, absolutely crazy over this stuff.
Wow.
You mentioned Delaware earlier. You remember doing a wedding with me in Delaware? Like probably like 2014, 2015 ish. I feel like this was your first experience with watching like a true white wedding.
Is it when
And
you were playing the alternative pop?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you just like looking at you like, yo, wow. Like, yo, what is this?
And this is why this is when it comes to me DJing, it's like if I have seen the experience of people enjoying the song, that lets me know like this a go. And that's why I created my own like alt pop, alt
Yo,
rock
yeah,
pop,
you like
whatever
you
it's
like it
called.
was like you were watching that energy and it was like you fell in love with that like in that moment.
I was just like, what? Like
You're
they're
like, yo, I
going
did.
off
Yeah, it was.
all the small. I'm like, I remember that night. I remember because I'm just like, and I would look at you like, and you would just like laugh.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, watch what's coming next. Yeah, and like, yeah, we talked about that before. That's and not music I was not into when it was out, when it came out. I don't go to the concerts, I don't go to emo shows. However, you know, the energy is undeniable and I enjoy playing those sets at weddings because the people that love that music, man, they truly love it and they embrace it and they go all in. The drinks are hitting at that time. The energy's through the roof. I mean, if you're gonna go in that direction, I don't mind.
Do you have a do not playlist for yourself? Like songs that
Ooh,
songs that you don't want to play and you're not playing unless requested?
I've loosened up on all that. I had a blog that I wrote years and years ago, like songs said that no DJ should ever play at a wedding.
I remember that.
You
I'm gonna have
remember
to, I'm
that?
gonna have to go back to your Facebook and look at that.
I gotta see if I can find that. I remember like "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye was on because a lot of people were like playing that at weddings for some reason. I'm like, yeah, man, that's a anti-war song. Like, why are we, you know,
I
why we
remember
have
that.
why do we have this at weddings? Because Cuba Gooding Jr. sang it in Jerry Maguire. Like why are we at Jerry Maguire's wedding? Like what? Like why is that on here? Um, if you like pina coladas, I remember saying that that was a bad song to play at weddings.
I
Um,
I still talk to when I still that's that playlist like that blog that you put up is still one of my talking points when I talk to people about like music and lyrics.
okay.
I always bring up that and then I did my own research on it and I did my own research on it and like the lyrics of that song and actually like listen to it
Mhm.
and I was just like this is a cheat song.
And then they end up, like
Almost cheating
it's
on
like
each other with each other.
it's like something that would happen on TikTok now. It's
Bro,
like he's getting catfished. They're catfishing each other.
that I remember you
But
said November Rain.
yeah, man, yeah, it's depressing. You
And
wanted all these Rain songs at your wedding, your, OG wedding. Uh, I remember you were like, "Yo, man, I gotta have November Rain, Purple Rain, Rain by
you
SWV,
know I love Rain, bro.
Rain
So
on Me by Ashanti." And I was like, "Damn," I'm like, "What's all these songs of Rain?"
love Rain, thunderstorms. But yeah, like what's like a personal song that you feel like you've played so much that you just don't want to play?
Oh, that I'm, like, done playing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna sound corny, but it's like, as long as people are happy, I kinda like if that's something they really want, um, I have this ability to kinda filter that out and just you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I complained about, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights by Meatloaf, you know that song? It's
No.
like 8 or 9 minutes. If you heard it, you would definitely know it. White people explode over this song. They just go nuts, absolutely nuts over it. And I remember hating it for years and years. And I wrote about it after, like, and it was in no relation to this couple's wedding, but I'm Facebook friends with the bride, and she's like, "Oh, I wish I knew you hated that song so much." Like she kind of roasted me for talking bad about Meatloaf, and I felt bad. I'm like, I didn't think about that, but that song gets people so happy that I'm just like, why am I hating on
What's
this
the
song
name
so
of it?
much? Paradise by the Dashboard Light. And it's cold and lonely in the heat of night. It's got all these parts and section. It's like a whole opera. It's
So
like
it's
a
a
whole
bathroom song,
Broadway
bathroom break
musical.
song.
I actually I took a dump like a full dump at a wedding. Absolutely. And I've heard DJ Mike Walter call that a bathroom break song. I think he did. If not, somebody in his circle did. Um, I think he likes the song, but like, you could hit play. If you really got to go, you could hit play on that.
And just let it
Eh,
rock.
Let it ride. Yeah, it was at some BFW and like somewhere in South Jersey, and I had to go. And Paradise by Dashboard Light was there for me. And the key to that, so if you're on the can, you know, you're doing your business, that you can know where you're at in the song. It's not a repetitive song whatsoever. It's not like a song that has a structure where it has your verse, chorus, verse, chorus. This is like this verse is this way, and all of a sudden it totally switches, and then and you know where the story is going in the song.
And then the crowd
So,
reaction and them singing it.
yep, the whole thing. So you're like, okay, all right, I got like 4 minutes here. All right, cool, and got to finish it up.
That, I gotta look that up. I gotta listen to that song. The title is long too. I remember when you first told me about Run Around Sue,
What about it?
what it meant.
Oh well, think about it. You just gotta listen to it for a couple seconds. Think
That's
about
I I I blank out so
yeah. You just
much.
go hey hey whoa. You're just like this
And
is
then I'm
fun.
thinking of the next song or what I'm gonna play next or what I had really have to like read the lyrics.
Think
And
about think about oh what a night by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
only part I
Late
remember is
this
"Oh what a night."
night, right? Late December back in '63. Na, na, na. Where he says something about how like she didn't even he didn't even know her name. He didn't even know her name.
He didn't even know her
Think
name.
about think about it, right? He's just smashing this girl, and it's just like it's not a big deal, right? Or he's acting like, oh,
I'm gonna go back and read the lyrics to that.
this girl's amazing, but he doesn't even know her name.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen to read the lyrics about that.
All he knows is that that girl was great, and whatever he did with her happened in late December 1963. That's the whole point of that song.
So now that we're talking about lyrics in the song,
Okay.
Billy Ocean, Caribbean Queen.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
funny
that's
the way you just worded that because the way he sings that is not he's not saying Caribbean. Caribbean Queen. Like who says it that way? But okay, so what's the lyrics?
what is he saying?
Like the way he sings it,
Oh,
like
Caribbean Queen,
yeah, he's not saying it like the way everybody goes Caribbean.
Caribbean Queen.
Yeah.
So I seen a TikTok
Okay.
and somebody, I guess they it's one of those ones where you don't know what he's saying in the beginning
hmm
when it started out, and so they like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw like yeah, there's a translation of it.
yeah, what do you
He- yeah, it says something like she touched my meat. Touch
she
my
touched my
meat
meat in a painted on jeans.
with painted on
So now when
jeans.
you listen to it and hear it, it sounds like he's
Oh,
literally
that's what you heard
saying
though. That's not what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying.
she dashed by me and painted on jeans.
Painted on jeans is the line?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Billy Ocean's interesting, man. He's got some interesting lyrics. Get out of my was it
Get
get
out of
out of
my
my
dreams.
dreams
Get into my
into
car.
my car. Get
Like,
in the back seat,
get in the
baby.
backseat,
Not
baby.
in the front. Not in
Like,
the front.
like, yo, lyrics and music. We're gonna have to do a another podcast about that because like the meaning. But I think that because I know we talked about the Michael Jackson one, I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, one I think about and yeah, I remember me and an ex of mine, you could probably guess which one. We got into a full blown car argument over this song. Glad You Came by The Wanted. I know you know this because of Talia. I mean, this is a boy band, right? Uh, you know, Glad You Came by The Wanted.
I'm about to look it up.
The sun goes down, the stars come out.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know that.
the
Okay.
universe.
We'll never be the same.
I'm
I'm glad you came.
right.
So I think it's a double entendre. I'll just say that. I think that is totally a double entendre. And she's like, "Yeah, it doesn't mean that. Ah, you're nasty. I can't believe you would think that. That's terrible." Yeah, yeah,
The
just
sun goes down, the
uh-huh.
stars come out,
Mhm.
and all that counts is here and now. My universe will never be the same. I'm glad you came. What did she think it was about?
That she showed up. And yes,
It can mean that
that is true,
you cast
but
a
it
spell on me,
also it can mean 2 things.
and I decided you look well on me. Well, so let's go somewhere no one else can see. You and me.
Yeah, he's
It's
smashing.
definitely not knocking her head off. Um, another one was bad chemistry.
A lot of times, people think it's bad chemistry
That
or bad chem. Bad
bad
chem
chem.
by Sabrina Carpenter.
But but
Uh,
at one point, was it a bad or was it bad? I always thought it was bad.
it's bad. It's bad.
I I get it. Bad
They have,
chemistry. I get it, but bad chem.
but like our brains are trained to think about the words bad chemistry. So yeah, no, it's bad chemistry. Yeah, she's got good bad chemistry with whoever she's singing about.
And then it was the lyric, "Come right on me." I mean, camaraderie, camaraderie.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
we
she
should.
was saying, "Come ride on me."
I mean, knowing her, I wouldn't be surprised if she snuck in like
No,
you know?
it's come right on me. Pause.
Right. And then she corrects herself,
I
right?
mean camaraderie. Yeah.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, that's intentional. You know what song that mixes well with?
Hold on.
Uh,
Doom doom sh, 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 sh. Doom 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 doom. Fabulous into you.
yes, look at you. Yeah. Yeah, it does, man.
Doom doom
Like
doom.
perfect,
Yep. Doom.
perfect.
Because
Yeah,
I
although the
think they.
original, to me, that's a Tamia song, by the way.
Sorry.
Fab jacked it, but then he jacked it and he had Ashanti on it, and then somebody must have been like, "Yo, what are we doing here?" Tamia is the real singer, and then they did it, and then rest is history. Then it became a legit hit. I don't think it was a hit with Ashanti,
No. Do
right?
you have that on vinyl?
I do not. Uh, I
Is
do
there
have some.
recorded audio of it?
Yeah, by the way, you acted like I was like, I know I get all the Rain Man jokes and I'm, this, crazy encyclopedia of music and all that, right?
You are.
I watched back one of our episodes. You were chastising me for knowing where my 50 Cent record was. They're alphabetized.
Are they?
I s- Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let me go to the G
Mike,
unit section.
Mike,
Yeah.
how long has it been since we dug in crates? I don't remember
Oh,
how you organize your crates. You don't move like
no,
17
no.
times.
Oh, well, through all those moves, my records were crazy, like all over the map, right?
I know.
And I think it was like last summer or like I don't know whenever it was. I would work like one crate at a time, and like or I had all these piles of like different letters of the alphabet.
I
You may have seen it,
know.
and I finally did it. So I like that I could find whatever I want. Uh, so yeah,
So
it wasn't like I was like, oh, what are
that's what it felt
there
like.
it is.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, the G Unit section.
The Genius section. But nah, that's yeah, that's Mike, you are the encyclopedia of music. I told you I'm gonna sit you on
I know, but
Trader.
it wasn't that like I know what you were saying at that point.
I
Like
know
I
you're
can't believe this guy.
OCD when it comes to music and your
Right.
records.
Yeah.
It's baffling. You need a reality show.
I actually did try to start one. I thought I had something there, but
That was the
it was
vinyl.
yeah, Vinyl Hoarders. And we did the first one, Father Ramsey. I actually just put up I found these outtakes from it. I just put it up on my DJR Mike YouTube page. Um, that was a funny day, doing that show or doing that. I like the concept. I mean, the whole concept was going to be I was going to visit different DJs that had these massive collections that were like overtaking their life, and they had to make a decision or they had to do something with it, right?
Right.
So Father MC just had thousands upon thousands of records sitting in a storage center in Trenton, and he was paying the monthly fee, and he's just like, "Yo, what am I paying this for? Just to say that I have these?" He's like, "I'm not going to use it. I'm on the computer now. I got all these songs in MP3. I can get rid of them." Now, what he didn't tell me ahead of time was that he was selling them to DJ Grand Wizard Rasheen and DJ Mercury from out in Albany. Um, but DJ Grand Wizard Rasheen trained DJ Jazzy Jeff. Yeah. And Mercury kind of had like a life of his own up in New York. Like I think he went away for a little while, but then he came back. But like, he kind of had a name at one point. Like these guys were not like, and I didn't realize that until they showed up. You know,
Oh wow.
uh, yeah, that was funny, man, doing that show.
You said
But yeah,
one
I had
episode and that
these.
was it.
Well, I had all these other ideas, and it was just like the relationship I was in at the time. It wasn't good, and I never got around to it. I had a guy named Jared. We call him Comic Book Jared. You think I'm OCD? All right, you think I'm OCD? Comic book Jared, man. He had so many records. He lived with his parents that they were like crowding areas in the house where like people need to be walking or doing things. And his mom was like super eccentric. She'd be like, Jared, you gotta get me these records. And he was always trying to find like all these like rare hip hop samples and all like he found some crazy like army remixes I never even knew existed. But like he had so much that it was overtaking house. Like I'm like, that would have been a great episode. And so you would have these episodes
That
where
definitely
it'd
would have been a
be,
dope episode. We
yeah,
we was watching a hoarder show where they did that, and one of the dudes was into music,
mm,
and like his record collection all over the place. They organized it, sold some joints. But nah, that's a dope idea.
thank you. Yeah, it would have been cool. But yeah, and then like also meet, some guys that have like reasonable collections that you could, there was just so many levels to what that show could be, but yeah, it never got there.
Rip my
People pretty mean to Father MC in the comment sections of the Vinyl Hoarders video because a lot of these like the crates were stacked on top of each other. They weren't in the greatest condition, and people were saying like, "Oh, if he's gonna treat records like that, man, he doesn't deserve to have." Like it's like they're not yours.
right. People with opinions, man. I swear. People with opinions.
Yes, sir.
But I'm glad that this podcast is an idea that we were able to double our goal.
Yeah. Hey, we're just gonna keep it pushing.
What you got this weekend?
Ooh, you ready? Trivia night tomorrow, followed by Huey's doing a, Tuesday, Thursday this week. Osbel G is going to be doing Tuesday and Thursday for me when I'm in Florida in a couple weeks, which is cool. Friday, I'm at Sunny Bray, Sunny Bray Elementary for a school dance,
Mm-hmm.
followed up by Havana, totally different scene there. Then I got a wedding Saturday. I'm all ready to go for that. Thank you for the edit that you did for the first dance. Appreciate you on that.
You know, I got you. No, I got you.
They liked it, by the way. They liked it.
Glad they liked it.
And yeah, and that wedding ends at 11, so I'm not gonna be able to hit Havana after that. I got Jay Tobin's over there. He's gonna be at Havana.
Okay.
I don't have anything on Sunday, so that's my weekend.
Damn, no football,
Yeah, it's
no
weird.
gigs. I
What you got?
baby shower.
Oh,
Yeah, baby shower. My sorry, heard in the background. Um, yeah, baby shower, and then my next week, I think I'm pulling. I always call it an Iron Mike. I double. No, I have a nothing on. I have a repass on the 28th,
wow.
and then March is when it gets crazy. March I have the 6th. I have Chesterfield Inn, my favorite spot, and then I have a indoor. It's called a regatta, indoor rowing, um,
Oh, okay.
indoor
Yeah,
rowing, and
that's
then after
different.
that I have Art Mercer's banquet.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's we'll revisit that again, but yeah, man, that's an whew, busy season's busy season is here. It's
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 upon us.
it's upon
We're
us.
just starting it. Yeah, this is my first wedding of the season. This
Oh,
one on Saturday, and yeah, they got a house system, so I'm gonna plug right into that. I love that.
where
Ooh, what's the name of the place? I've been here before. I should know this, but I'm
is it in
tired.
PA?
No,
All right, never mind.
North Jersey. Uh,
Do they have a counter?
were you talking about
A
like
meter, the
the meter?
BPM meter.
Oh
Yeah.
man, no. And I know where you're talking. I know which place you're talking about in PA.
Oh my
Is that
god.
the one on the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, 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 that's the, I
That
don't care, I'll say it. It's the one on the tent. What is that called?
I
That
forgot what it's
mansion.
called. Yeah, but it's the mansion and it's the tent.
Yeah, sometimes we play like the
Boy,
inside.
boy, boy,
Sometimes we
boy.
yeah. Yeah, one time I did a wedding there and I don't know who was in control of the entrance, but they just started sending everybody. Like I had it, you know, it was broken up in like, you know, grandparents, parents, and all this. They just sent everybody. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I like I told them, like, get back in there. You know, like I'm like, yo, send them one at a time. What are you doing? And you know, I think that was a wedding you actually hooked me up with. No, no, wait, Bach did. Bach did.
Bockington, Sir Bockington's the third.
Sir Buckingham.
Yes.
Yeah, Morristown, Madison Hotel.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now that's dope. A young couple.
Yeah, yeah, real
Do
nice.
do they have a do not playlist?
That's a good question. I don't think they do. I think it
Okay.
was like I think their Spotify was so heavy that it was like what I said earlier, like what Drew had said is that just load up on the must plays, focus on the positives. If you play some, you know, you just do that, right? Then you don't have to worry about the do not plays for the most part.
Right.
Oops, I gotta look up. Yeah, but
Gotcha.
man,
Gotcha.
I bet you didn't think we were gonna go that hard on the do not playlist tonight.
No. No, no, no. But
There's a
I'm
lot to
glad
be there's a lot to be said.
there's a whole lot to be said, and I'm gonna look forward to diving deep into what other people are saying about it, and seeing how animated they are. Of course, we're recording at night, and kids asleep. Can't go too crazy.
Mhm.
Uh, can't go too crazy.
Yo,
But
shout out to DJ Z, my man Jose, for always checking out the show. Shout out to Dave Parsons, always checking out the show.
absolutely,
You know, let us know. Sometimes like I'll be in a conversation with somebody, they're like, "Oh man, yeah, I love that." I'm like, "Man, leave some
yeah.
comments.
Leave it. Yeah, please like, subscribe, leave some
Share
comments,
it.
share
Share
it.
it."
Talk to. Hey, if you have a different opinion than what we share, please voice them in the comments, please.
Absolutely.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, man.
This is
But yeah,
episode 6.
episode 6. I'm DJ Iron Mike.
I'm DJ Big J,
We
stereotypical
are
DJ.